Here's what nobody tells you about making six figures in roofing sales. You're probably going broke faster than someone making half what you earn. Your 30s in roofing sales should be the best decade of your life. Big commissions rolling in, you know the game inside and out, and you're finally hitting your stride. But here's the problem. Most sales pros are making more money than ever and somehow ending up with less to show for it. Sound familiar? What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and today's video might just save your financial future. My mission is to help roofing professionals like you maximize your careers and build wealth. And if you're ready to finally turn those fat commission checks into real, lasting wealth, hit that subscribe button right now because we're about to break down exactly how to win with money in your late 30s. Now let's get real about where you're actually standing right now. In your 30s, you're not a rookie anymore. You've seen the highs, those months where you close deal after deal and your bank account looks healthy. You've also seen the chaos, the quiet seasons that test your discipline, the unexpected expenses that pop up, and maybe even a few lifestyle upgrades that seem like no big deal at the time. Your income in roofing sales isn't like a regular paycheck. Some months you're pulling in $8, $10, maybe even $15,000. Other months, maybe you're scraping by on $3. This income volatility is both your biggest advantage and your greatest enemy. The advantage is obvious. Your upside is unlimited. The enemy part? Most people spend like they're always having a good month. Here's what you need to do right now. Grab your phone, open up your banking app, and look at the last 12 months. Add up everything that came in. Now divide that number by 12. That's your real monthly average. Not your best month, not what you tell people at barbecues. That's your actual number. Next, calculate your net worth. Take everything you own, your savings, your retirement accounts, any investments, your home equity if you own. Now subtract everything you owe, credit cards, car loans, your mortgage balance, any other debt. That final number, that's your net worth. And if you're in your late 30s and that number isn't at least in the six figures, don't beat yourself up. Just understand you've got work to do. Stop looking at what other roofers are driving or where they're vacationing. That guy with the brand new F-250 in the boat, he might be drowning in debt. The sales rep who always talks about his investment properties, he might be leveraged to the eyeballs. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. This is where most roofing sales pros lose the game before they even know they're playing. Your income structure is completely different from a W-2 employee. And if you treat your money the same way, you're setting yourself up for disaster. Think about it like roofing itself. You wouldn't use the same approach for a steep pitch that you'd use for a flat commercial roof, right? Same thing with money. When you've got variable income, you need variable strategies. The blessing of commission sales is the unlimited upside. The trap is thinking every good month is the new normal. You close a massive commercial deal and suddenly you're thinking about upgrading your truck, taking the family to Disney, maybe buying that side-by-side you've been seeing. Next thing you know, you've got 3 new monthly payments and the summer slow season smacks you in the face. Here's a system that actually works for roofing pros. FEAST. It stands for forecasting, expense tracking, allocation, selective budgeting, and time optimization. Forecasting means looking at your key metrics to predict income patterns. Pull up your last 2 years of earnings. You'll start seeing patterns. Maybe you crush it in spring and fall, but summers are slower. Maybe insurance storm work keeps you busy at certain times of year. Map it out and understand what activities you can control to get your results. You can download my free 6-figure forecasting roadmap in the link in the description. Now, expense tracking is non-negotiable. You need to know where every dollar goes and track trends. Not because you're going to stress about buying coffee, but because you need to know your baseline. What does it actually cost to run your life every month? Allocation is where the magic happens. Every commission check that hits your account needs a job. Before you do anything else, you're splitting that money up. Some goes to your emergency fund, some to investments, some to debt payoff, and yes, some to guilt-free spending, but it's intentional. Selective budgeting means you're not tracking every single category like some corporate accountant. You're focusing on the big rocks that make the most impact in your world. Get those dialed in and the small stuff takes care of itself. Time optimization is about creating smart routines to manage all these areas on a regular basis without dragging down your life. It frees up time and most importantly allows you to focus on the other important areas of life. Take your finances to the next level and enroll in the Feast course today and learn step by step exactly how to build this system to fit your needs. You can also hit the link in the description to get started now. Now, the key to winning with variable income is creating your own consistency. Here's how. During your peak months, you're setting aside enough money to cover your lean months. Think of it like a personal unemployment fund, except you're paying yourself. Let's say your average month is $6,000, but your income swings from $3,000 to $12,000. During those $12,000 months, you're banking that extra $6,000. When the $3,000 month hits, you're pulling from your buffer to top it up to $6,000. Now you're living on a consistent amount even though your income isn't consistent. Now time to get serious about the foundation. Everything else we talk about means nothing if you don't have this part locked down. Forget what you heard about 3 to 6 months of expenses. That advice was written for people with steady paychecks. You're in sales. You need bigger margins for error. Your emergency fund should cover 6 to 12 months of essential expenses. And by essential, that means the stuff that keeps the light on and food on the table. But here's the thing. Don't just pile up money in a checking account earning nothing. Put it in a high-yield savings account. Right now, you can get over 4% interest on savings. That's free money just for being smart about where you park your cash. This is the system that changed everything for successful roofing pros who actually build wealth. 3 buckets: protection, growth, and freedom. Bucket 1. Protection is your emergency fund and insurance. This is your defense. 6 to 12 months of expenses plus proper insurance coverage. This bucket protects everything else you're building. Bucket 2. Growth is your retirement accounts and long-term investments. This is your offense. This money has one job: grow for 20 to 30 years so you're not selling roofs when you're 70. Bucket 3. Freedom is your medium-term goals and lifestyle fund. Want to take a month off and travel? Start a side business? Buy a rental property? This bucket makes it happen without touching your protection or growth money. If you're getting reimbursed for gas, buying tools, taking clients to lunch, or anything else business related, you need a separate business checking account and credit card, period. Not just for taxes, though that's important, but for clarity. You need to know what your business costs to run and what your life costs to live. Mix them together and you'll never know if you're actually profitable. Set up automatic transfers the day after your typical commission deposits. Money hits your account, and before you can even think about it, it's already splitting into your 3 buckets. You can't spend what you don't see. Automation removes willpower from the equation. This is the debate that keeps roofing pros up at night. You've got some debt, maybe a truck loan, credit cards from when things were tighter, possibly a HELOC. You're also watching your buddies talk about their investment gains. What do you focus on? Any debt over 6% interest needs to be attacked aggressively. Credit card debt at 18%? That's an emergency. Car loan at 9%? That needs to go. Here's why. If the S&P 500 has a long-term average annual return of 10%, then you're never going to consistently earn returns that beat that high-interest debt. Paying off a credit card charging you 18% is the same as earning an 18% guaranteed return. Show me an investment that can promise that. If you got low interest debt, mortgage at 4%, maybe a car loan you got at 3% during the pandemic, and your employer offers a 401k match, take the match first. That's free money. If your company matches 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your income, that's an instant 50% return. You'll never find that anywhere else. Some debt can actually help you build wealth faster. A mortgage at 4% while you're earning 8% in the market? That's smart leverage. A car loan at 10% so you can keep your money in checking earning nothing? That's dumb debt. Know the difference. This is where you stop working for money and make money start working for you. Every commission check is an opportunity to buy your future freedom. If you're not already investing, your late 30s is go time. You've still got 25 to 30 years until retirement. Enough time to ride out market crashes and benefit from compound growth. But you don't have time to waste. Start with your 401k or IRA. If you're self-employed or your company doesn't offer a retirement plan, you can still open a solo 401k or SEP IRA. Listen, you're great at selling roofs. That doesn't make you Warren Buffett. Skip the individual stocks and crypto gambling. Create a solid foundation of capital first. Put your money in low-cost index funds that track the entire market. Something like a total stock market fund or an S&P 500 fund. Boring? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. Over the last 50 years, the stock market has averaged about 10% returns annually. Some years it's up 30%, some years it's down 20%. But over time, it goes up. Your job is to keep feeding it money consistently, especially when it's down and everyone's panicking. Real estate can be an incredible option for roofing pros. You understand property, you know contractors, you can spot a good deal. But don't confuse buying a rental property with buying a home. They're completely different games. A rental property should cash flow from day one. That means after you pay the mortgage, property tax, insurance, maintenance reserves, and property management, you're still making money every month. If the only way the numbers works is appreciation, that's speculation, not investing. When you're building wealth in your 30s, cash flow is king. Dividend paying stocks, rental properties that cash flow, business income. This is what builds real wealth. Buying something hoping it goes up in value, that's gambling with extra steps. Now here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Lifestyle inflation will destroy your wealth faster than any market crash. You get a promotion, start closing bigger deals, and suddenly your spending magically expands to match your income. This is the trap that keeps people stuck forever. The classic budgeting rule says 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings. But when you're in sales with variable income, flip it. 50% for needs, 20% for wants, 30% for wealth building. This aggressive savings rate is how you actually get ahead. Living below your means doesn't mean living like you're broke. It means being intentional. Drive a 3-year-old truck instead of brand new. Save 30 grand. Buy a house you can afford on an average month, not your best month. Take vacations, but book them smart. Eat out, but maybe 3 times a week instead of every night. The roofing sales pros who build real wealth share certain habits. They pay themselves first. Money goes to savings before it goes to spending. They avoid debt for depreciating assets. They invest consistently regardless of what the market's doing. They don't try to impress people they don't even like with money they don't have. They also build multiple income streams. Maybe that's rental properties. Maybe it's a small roofing crew they run on the side. Maybe it's consulting. They're not dependent on just commission checks. Your body won't let you climb ladders forever. Your drive to chase deals might not last another 20 years. You need to plan for what comes next. Passive income isn't completely passive. That's a myth. But it's income that doesn't require you to trade hours for dollars. Rental properties, dividend stocks, a business you own but don't actively run. These create income that continues whether you're working or not. The goal is to build enough passive income to cover your basic living expenses. Once you hit that point, you got options. You can keep working because you want to, not because you have to. Maybe you transition into management, training new sales reps. Maybe you start your own roofing company or a different venture. Maybe you consult for manufacturers. The point is, start building that next chapter now while you're still in your prime earning years. Save and invest aggressively in your 30s and 40s. By your 50s, you should have options. By your 60s, work should be optional. This isn't just about you anymore. If you've got kids, a spouse, people depending on you, you need proper fail-safes in place. Term life insurance is cheap in your 30s. $1 million policy might cost you $60 a month. That's nothing compared to the financial disaster your family faces if something happens to you. Disability insurance is a smart option as well. One slip off a roof and you could be out for half a year with no paycheck. Find a policy that will replace 60% of your income. You also need a will, a power of attorney, and healthcare directives. This stuff isn't fun to think about, but it's part of being a responsible adult who's building real wealth. Building wealth in your late 30s as a roofing sales rep isn't about catching up. It's about getting strategic right now. You've got the income potential. You've got the experience. What you need is the system and the discipline to turn those commission checks into lasting wealth. The roofing pros who win with money don't do it by accident. They do it with clarity, discipline, and consistency. They tighten up their cash flow, attack their debts smartly, invest with purpose, and live below their means without feeling deprived. They build for the long game while they're still enjoying today. Start by getting clear on where you actually stand. Run your numbers. Download the forecasting roadmap and enroll in the feast course. Automate your investing. Make decisions based on your average income, not your best month. Your future self, the one who's financially free at 55 instead of stressed at 70, will thank you for the moves you make right now. If you got value from this video, subscribe to the channel for more real-world financial strategies built specifically for roofing professionals. See you in the next video.